Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this month's Fireside Chat on this Friday before the 4th of July. I'm Lisa Stearns, and I'm here with Tim Cross, our Senior Vice President. We are looking forward to hearing from our new Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, as well as sharing some other Institute and UT system news with you. As reminders, be sure to keep your audio muted. If you have a question, please send it to me via chat, and you can do so publicly or privately. You'll also find a recording of this session on the coronavirus website, and you can find that link on our homepage at utia.tennessee.edu. So, Tim, it looks like you're enjoying the lovely gardens today. And we all...
Yeah, we're getting ready for July 4th, and I hope everyone else is as well.
Excellent. Well, we also know that we have a special guest with us today who I know you'd like to introduce.
Yeah, we're going to start out with welcoming back an old friend, Mr. Craig Pickett, who was formerly with the Institute of Agriculture in the Herbert College of Agriculture, has rejoined us earlier this year as the first inaugural Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Institute of Agriculture. Craig, we're really pleased to have you back with us. We're excited about you getting started in this role. Thanks for taking time to be with us today. I thought we'd have you on and just let you say hello to everyone, make sure that those that haven't met you have had a chance to see and hear a little something from you, and maybe let you share just a little bit about your experiences thus far and maybe some sort of high-level thoughts about your plans for the future as well.
Sure. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to speak on today, Dr. Cross. And once again, everyone, good afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Craig Pickett, and I serve as the new Director for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion within the Institute of Agriculture. And I am honored and thrilled to be back here working with you all, working with some amazing stakeholders across Tennessee as we really push towards not just DEI, but also really creating a sense of belonging for all the stakeholders throughout the Institute. So been here now for about 2 months. Some of you may have seen me previously. I used to serve as the coordinator for student life and diversity for the college from 2013 to 2017. So some of you may have seen me or may have seen me around working with students. I focused at that point in time in creating opportunities for our students from all backgrounds to succeed. So looking at different efforts for diversity on the student level, undergraduate and graduate level. So now this opportunity, I'll have a chance to not only coordinate those aspects with the coordinator for student life and diversity who's here now, but also looking at ways for us to promote inclusion within extension and ag research and collaborating with the vet school as well. So like I said, it's been an honor to be here. So I'm kind of finishing, as I call my welcome back tour, as I say. But yeah, yes, sir, I'm thrilled to be here. And then, like you said, just some quick things I'm working on for you all, working on both extension and ag research, working with those units to slowly develop a diversity action plan, which is something that the University of Tennessee as a whole wants every unit to create. And just for you all that are out there, a diversity action plan really helps us to create measurable outcomes to ensure that we're hitting on diversity when it comes to cultures within the office setting, how we are hiring and recruiting our amazing faculty, staff, and agents across the state of Tennessee, looking at how we're really encouraging DEI within our everyday practices, our curriculum. So I'll be doing some things with that. So you may see some emails coming through my email about that. I'm also working to get some things posted online. So really working to make sure that all stakeholders know where to find some great resources as it comes to DEI. So thankfully working with Lisa Stearns in her office to get a website updated over the next, I would say, about month or two, where you'll hopefully find some phenomenal resources, some scholarly journals, some great tips and advice, and just some ways to where you can serve as an ally for us. You also find that I'll be working with our new UTIA DEI Council, and this will be a group of amazing stakeholders from across Tennessee. And our hope is to come together to serve you. And so we'll be working throughout the upcoming years to figure out how do we, once again, push towards a sense of belonging for all of our students, faculty, staff, extension officers, and even making sure that we're doing the same thing in terms of creating a sense of trust and community amongst all of our counties through extension. So everything that we'll be doing on our council will be to serve you And so my hope is that you'll give us feedback. So lastly, a big thing that I'll be working on is our big climate survey. And that'll be coming out later on this academic year, around October or so. And that'll be a chance for you to give us feedback on your experiences and, you know, your concerns that you may have as it comes to your sense of belonging, and how UT, our offices across the state, how we can make sure that we're giving you the most welcoming and supportive and inclusive work and academic environment. So you'll see more emails about that. And I hope that you will join us in giving, like I said, your feedback, your concerns, and my council, my office will work together to make sure that we are doing whatever we can, whether it be training opportunities or seminars or bringing in guest speakers or creating new policies, creating funding resources, whatever it might be to serve you all as you're helping us to create, like I said, a sense of belonging as we push for real life solutions. So like I said, I'm just excited to be here. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. If you have any questions at all, you are more than welcome to come by, visit me, or shoot me an email. I am in Morgan Hall, but like I said, I look forward to working with each and every one of you.
Thanks a lot, Craig. And for those of you that haven't met Craig before, you've got just a little bit of a taste of his enthusiasm, his positive attitude. He's a pleasure to work with, and really looking forward to advancing the Institute with regard to making sure everyone feels welcome, everyone feels valued. So he's got a big job, but he's got a lot of people to help, because everyone on this call is on the team as far as diversity, equity, inclusion. So we'll all do our part, and we'll help Craig to succeed, and in turn the Institute will succeed. So thanks a lot for joining us, Craig, and for kicking off today's Fireside Chat.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
Great. Thanks, Craig. So, Tim, President Boyd is planning another statewide tour. Can you give us a little insight into what he is planning?
Yeah, I'll get us started, and Lisa, I'll probably bounce it right back to you too, because you may know as much or more about this than I do. So all of you in Extension know that a year ago, President Boyd made it around to every one of our 95 county Extension offices. And in fact, yesterday I was down at UT Southern. I'm not sure if any of our Giles County staff is on the call today, but had a great visit with Kevin Rose and the staff there in Pulaski. But it was actually during his visit to Pulaski when President Boyd had a meeting with Mark LaBranch, who is now the Chancellor of UT Southern. And that visit is what initiated the addition of another campus to the UT system. So not only have there been big impacts from President Boyd's visits in our Extension offices, he's now visiting all of our research and education centers as well. And as a part of that, he's committed to really helping us to push forward an agenda to acquire some one-time non-recurring funds to improve our facilities, replace outdated equipment, modernize the technology that we use. So all of that's great. Now what we've learned is that he's planning to do it again. Now I think this time he's not going to go to all of the 95 counties, but everyone in all 95 counties will have an opportunity to participate in this round of the statewide tour. So Lisa, I'll pause right there. That's sort of the high level of what I know. I think you may have a few more details from the System Office of Communications.
Well, I do have just a few details. So you are right. He is making his way across the state again, and this time with the intention of really highlighting impacts that the University of Tennessee is making in every county. And he's doing this through the months of August all the way through November. And so it's a pretty aggressive schedule. So he is this time, though, including other UT entities into his visits. But there are a number of counties in which we rule the roost. So he is interested in revisiting and really looking at and highlighting some specific programs in some of our counties and some of our extension programs. He is also going to be visiting a number of the ag research centers, and I believe will complete his visits to all the 4-H camps as well. So the schedule right now is rather tentative. I have been pitching a number of different ideas for him to take part in, and I've been in touch with a lot of our extension and FCS folks and 4-H folks. I really appreciate the ideas and the different programs that you've shared with me. So those are on the list. Whether or not he ends up focusing on those, we'll see. But it's another exciting opportunity to get showcased.
Great, thanks for sharing those details. And one other bit of information I heard just yesterday, Lisa, is that everyone in every county will have an invitation or an opportunity to attend one of these events. So if it so happens that the tour does not come to your county or your location, not to worry, you'll be invited to an event at one or more nearby locations. So there'll be chances for everyone to participate that wants to. And I know the president really encourages that as well. So I know we'll get more information out as the schedule's firmed up. And I appreciate the fact that our extension and research and 4-H centers are going to be included in this statewide tour. Brings more visibility and further highlights the work that we do across the state, as well as here on campus. So watch for more details and participate if you can. I think it'll be a really good thing to have our extension, our research folks, as well as our campus faculty and staff involved in these visits.
Yes, I think it is a great opportunity, and hopefully we'll garner some media attention as well. So it should be a good visits. So Tim, switching subjects here, we've just started a new fiscal year. And so this is normally a time when information is available about employee salary increases, which I know a lot of people have interest in. So can you share what's happening this year?
Yeah, boy, it's so much better than last year. So a year ago at this time, I was telling you that there was no salary increase. There were no budget increases. Everything was flat. We were just keeping our fingers crossed that we could get through the pandemic and not have any budget reductions. Well, here we are a year later, and it's an entirely different conversation. We've taken a number of different steps already, and others being taken soon. So let me just go over a few of the high points, and then we can talk about some of the details if anyone has questions. First of all, back in May, we, along with all of the UT campuses and institutes, agreed to increase our minimum wage for all of our regular full-time employees to $13 per hour, and that was effective May 12th. And we also did some adjustments for those who were just slightly over $13 per hour, recognizing that when you increase the minimum, it really starts to create compression in a hurry. So step one, we took those efforts to increase minimum wage. That was done out of our existing budget. There was no supplemental appropriations for that. There were no federal funds for that or county funds. That was simply provided out of existing budgets. And I really want to commend our deans and our directors for making that possible, because basically that required redirection of resources in order to increase those minimum salaries. I really think it's a good thing to do. Our lowest paid employees need to have a decent wage, and this is a great step towards really getting to the point that we need to be in the Institute and across the UT system with our minimum salaries. So step one's complete, and that again was implemented on May 12th. On June 17th, the next step was a 1% bonus payment, and that was provided to all regular full-time employees on June 17th. And the 1% bonus, it really wasn't a bonus, but that's the way we processed it, was an allocation of state appropriations from the General Assembly, from Governor Lee, that actually took effect in the past fiscal year. So we're just starting a new fiscal year, as Lisa said. So last fiscal year, we received a budget increase to provide this 1% bonus payment. And Governor Lee indicated the reason we did that was because he recognized employees worked very hard throughout the pandemic, and they did that with no salary increase last year. So this was really an attempt to say thank you, to recognize the work that you carried out even in light of the pandemic. So the 1% bonus was processed, as I said, on June 17th. And then finally, we're administering, basically as we speak, a 4% salary pool, which is being provided for market, merit, and equity increases for all, again, regular full-time staff. And these adjustments are going to be effective July 1. So let's be clear, though, it's a 4% pool, but it is not an across-the-board pool. So it's going to be based on merit. It's going to be based on needed market adjustments and or equity adjustments to make sure we're treating everyone fairly. So not everyone's going to get a 4% increase. The increases will be determined by your supervisor and will be approved through your deans or directors and then submitted for processing, so that unlike most years, the increases should show up in the July 31 payroll. So the payroll at the end of this month. I really appreciate the support that we've had from the General Assembly to make all these increases possible. Now, recognizing that the minimum wage increase was not through the General Assembly. However, the General Assembly provides our overall budget. And so that base support was there from our state appropriations as well. These increases certainly wouldn't be possible without the support of the General Assembly or elected officials, but it also wouldn't be possible without the great work that our faculty and staff carry out throughout the state and here on campus. If we weren't recognized as contributing and adding value, we wouldn't be in the pool. So I want to thank you for making this possible. And I hope that these increases are helpful to you and your family as we move forward. So that's pretty well summarizes all the salary increase details that I've got, Lisa.
Great. Well, thanks for sharing that information. So I guess other news is we've had some leadership changes here in the Institute, yours included, which we don't want to talk about. But could you share with us some of the other leadership changes that are taking place?
Yeah, I'll touch on three quickly, and there may be others, and if I overlook some, I apologize. We'll catch them next Fireside Chat. I think many of you know Dr. Scott Senseman, who was most recently Department Head of Plant Sciences, also served as our interim UTIA Extension Dean, has recently accepted a position as Associate Vice President for Research in the Division of Agriculture at Oklahoma State University. So Dr. Bates has agreed to jump back in as our interim in the Plant Science Department, and we'll be conducting a search to fill this leadership vacancy, getting started as we speak. So I told Scott, if he had to leave, the only place I would approve him to go is Oklahoma State. I've got a couple degrees from there. It's a great institution. They've got a very good leadership team there as well. So we certainly want to wish Dr. Senseman all the best in his new role as Associate Vice President for Research. Then I also want to extend a welcome to a new hire that we've made. Jane Burns accepted a position in the Office of Research with UT Knoxville, and we've conducted a search for that position. We're now pleased to welcome Holly Schreiber as our Director of Sponsored Programs, and she's joining us from Oklahoma State University. So Oklahoma State stole a good one, but we responded and hired another good one right back. So Holly, if you're on, welcome. Glad to have you here joining the UT Institute of Agriculture. And then third one I'll mention, most of you are aware, Mr. Tim Favre has retired, but you might not have realized it because you're still seeing him present at some meetings or involved in communications of various sorts. Tim has agreed to return on a post-retirement appointment until we've got the time to conduct a search for a new chief budget officer, chief financial officer in the coming year. I had hoped to get that done before my retirement on August 31st, looked into it, sketched out a timeline, and realized it just wasn't possible, at least not to do a quality search and wind up with what I thought the Institute deserved, which is a top quality leader in that position. So that'll be something we'll initiate a search for in the future. I think that's all the leadership changes I've got in mind right now. Lisa, any come to mind that you want to remind me of?
I cannot think of any at this point. So, but we appreciate their service, obviously, and welcome Holly to UTIA. That's exciting.
Right.
So now that we're fully back in events, for now anyway, do you have some that you'd like to share with the group?
Yeah, I did want to get a couple out on folks' calendars if possible. And the first one is actually an invitation only event, but I'm excited to be able to say that we're going to host our promotion and awards luncheon once again. We did it virtually last year, but it worked fine. We were able to recognize our employees who were being promoted or those who were recognized with awards virtually, but it just wasn't the same. I'm excited that we're going to do our Institute Promotion and Awards luncheon in Brim Anvil Science Arena on July 30th. So Dr. Neil Schrick oversaw a process of replacing the dirt floor in Brim Arena with a more permanent multi-purpose surface, and that enables us to put tables in there and host a dinner. So we'll see how that works. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope those that are being promoted and or receiving awards are able to join us for that. And then for everyone in the Institute, I want to let you know that we have scheduled Ag Day for October 16th, and that's the Ole Miss game, if I remember right. I think Dr. Barber's on here. He may remember the football team. Keith, is it Ole Miss or Mississippi State? I'm now drawing a blank.
Ole Miss. You're right.
Okay, good. Thank you, Keith. So we'll have a football game on that Saturday. We'll do Ag Day 4.5 hours before the football game. And those of you that have been in the Institute a while know that we've always done an employee appreciation luncheon the Friday before Ag Day. So we'll do that again this year as well. So watch for that to occur on Friday, October 15th. And Dr. Mike Bushamole has agreed to lead the luncheon again for us. And I think we may be enjoying Dead End Barbecue this year. So those of you that are barbecue fans, you won't want to miss that. So those are a couple of upcoming major events I thought I'd mention for the Institute, Lisa, and that probably covers it for now. But glad to have folks back in person.
There is actually, I will just remind folks of another very significant event, and that is receptions for Dr. Cross that we will be holding across the state in each region. You should have received a save the date email. So we hope everybody will come to attend, if nothing else, to eat ice cream. So, but mostly to honor Dr. Cross and his service with us. So, Tim, it appears that everybody is ready to go enjoy the 4th because we have no questions. So, do you have any final remarks?
Well, yeah, my final remarks are, here it is getting to be late on a Friday afternoon. I hope everyone's got some plans developing to spend some time with family and friends. Enjoy a pleasant July 4th weekend. It looks like for much of the state, at least, the weather is predicted to be good, not too hot, but sunny and nice. So I hope all of you have a chance to get outdoors, enjoy some time off. Relax a little bit, celebrate Independence Day, and then we'll come back and get started on a new fiscal year with enthusiasm. So that's really about all I've got today, Lisa. I really appreciate everyone joining us today. Wish you the very best for the weekend.
Yes, happy 4th, everyone.